Shedding self-abandonment. Even as I say that, I can feel my body exhale because I didn't know. This is one of those things that was shown to me that it all makes sense as I am integrating it and processing it, and yet I didn't know it was underneath. I didn't know how often I abandoned myself to maintain attachment, and I'm going to talk about that here in a moment, but to keep the peace, to be the strong one, to not disappoint, to not cause conflict, to not rock the boat, to not be too much. How often are you abandoning yourself in your life? How often are you pushing through? How often are you not asking for what you need just to maintain attachment? So what I mean by this, and this is from the work of Gabor Mate. If you are not familiar with Gabor Mate, I would highly encourage you to become familiar with Gabor Mate. One of the books that I often recommend to the vast majority of my one-on-one clients is called When the Body Says No. It is phenomenal. So Gabor talks about how people have two basic needs, attachment and authenticity. And when authenticity threatens attachment, attachment will trump authenticity. And attachment over authenticity is something that we learn very early on in our life, and we have to learn it because of survival. So let's break this down a little bit. So when you are a child, you are attached, you have attachment, and attachment styles is a whole nother conversation, but you have attachment to your caregivers, whoever that is. And so if you learn very early on that if you express a certain emotion or you express a need or you behave in a certain way, if your nervous system perceives that that threatens the attachment to your caregiver in any way, shape, or form, it will shut that authenticity down. And so you feel as though you're not able to actually be yourself. And this is where something like hypervigilance can show up, where you come into a space, and because of what you learned as a child, you are scanning that space for who do I need to be in order for attachment. And so again, attachment, when authenticity threatens attachment, attachment will trump authenticity. And this is the premise of self-abandonment, is I can't speak my needs, meet my own needs, be the person that I want to be because it's threatening attachment. And so even as adults, when we have resources and we have the ability to take care of ourselves, we can still be operating from this place. And so at 44, I've shed self-abandonment. And what I'm taking with me is safety. It's safe to say what I need. It's safe to feel what I feel. It's safe to be seen in my fullness, in who I am. And so this is really important, and this is part of the nervous system work that I do with the people that I work with, is when you are speaking your needs or when you are feeling something, grounding and anchoring that into safety. And so when I'm in conversations where I used to abandon myself and I used to just say, you know what, it's easier to just shut down and it's easier to just not say what I think and to not speak my truth. What I have learned is when I can come into regulation, when I can anchor into safety, and that could be as simple as placing my feet flat on the floor and coming back to my breath, because nobody will even know that you're anchoring into safety. And then I say, and then that's the signal to my nervous system that you're going to be okay. You can express this emotion or need or desire and you're safe. And so authenticity only feels dangerous when your nervous system isn't regulated. And this is so big. And this has been a really, really important one for me.